Hi, my name's Bruce. If you didn't already know that, this channel is probably not where your time is best spent. Uh, it's really only intended to keep friends and family updated with what I'm up to here in my time in Indonesia. It's stopped raining, so I don't need an umbrella like I did this morning. That white stuff there, that's all the aluminium extrusions for aluminium windows. I kind of thought they were going to be purchased as pre-built units, but no, Johnny's going to build them all. Well, since this morning they've put up extra pieces that go up and through. Don't know what that's about, but obviously they've got it fixed on to the house now properly because they've taken away the ropes that were supporting it from those ring bolts. I've got the fluting on these 3 columns across the front now and a bit of paint applied. The tiling in the lounge room is approaching completion. There's a road to do along this side, obviously, and the tiling in the bedroom is commenced. So I've done a bit of wall prep for pre-tiling in the kitchen. Beyond that, I don't know what's happened. I'm a bit dubious about the strength of those benches, but oh well. I can put a gas burner on that lower one there and then put 30 litres of water in a pan on top to heat up. That's going to be a fair load. Okay, I think we can see where there are plates welded on the back from those weld marks there, and they would go up to bolts into the wall above that rail. Not quite sure what these two are about. Let's try, I think, looking at the length. That would make sense as a replacement for that good solid looking thing, because that only looks like it's a temporary structure up there at the moment. Don't know if they're tall enough or not. Saturday evening, they made a bit of progress on this today. Johnny was away for the morning, but up until 9:30 a.m. we had 158.5 millimetres of rain since midnight. So everybody thought it was going to be too wet, I think, but then it was fine for the rest of the day. So yes, they've got those strips in going from the house to the front edge here. Then those cross pieces there lying on the ground, they'll go crossways, and then the roofing iron will be screwed down to that. And I have a cat rubbing around my feet. So Asra was hard at work painting vegetables. And is that Bendy turned up to have a look at the house? Could well be. Okay, so we've started tiling in the west bedroom now. Are you the one that was really dirty the other day? Cats are ubiquitous around here. So the tile floor in the lounge room is pretty much finished. Just needs that bit of cement around the bottom there to tidy up the edge of the bottom of the wall. We have some tiles in the kitchen now. Down there, Dadang is applying the cement at the bottom of the wall where it joins the floor to make that a nice transition. It's Sunday evening. They put this rice out in the courtyard for drying, but they wouldn't have got much chance today because yesterday there was 158.8 millimetres total. Today we're at about 86 millimetres so far. So collectively, in 2 days we've had about half the annual rainfall for the farm where I grew up. Okay, well that's different. So those skinny ones will get removed, no doubt. They're only there temporarily, but they wouldn't have done a hell of a lot on this today given the amount of rain that was going on. Okay, so here we are at the laundry, and they've started doing tiling with the non-slip tiles. Bedroom largely done. Just a bit of finishing detail to be done, like the floor drain and the edges. I'm sure it's the same against this wall. So they've started tiling the front veranda, despite me having that down at the bottom of my priority list. But I guess if it's wet outside, they've got to do something inside, or undercover at least. A little bit of extra tiling since yesterday. Well, there's the thing. We now have a window frame here. We just need to have glass put in it for the bathroom. Good. We don't have the hole in the floor under the hand basin yet though. We've got the outer frame for the east room, south wall in. We haven't started on the north side yet though. Now I'm inclined to check the other rooms. No, the bedroom and lounge room haven't been started yet. That's okay. Everything at the same time. Sensibly, we've got a slight step here at the front, so that's good. Don't want outside water blowing in. The purpose for which these tiles were originally intended has changed, so maybe they can be used for decoration along the front of the porch. It's Monday evening. I'll forgive Johnny for not doing a lot of work out the front on this structure today. Yesterday we had just over 100 millimetres of rain. Today so far we've had just under 200. If we add the two numbers together it comes out to exactly 300 millimetres for 2 days. It's wet season. But they do seem to have put up cross pieces. So it mightn't be long before they actually start getting some sheets of roofing iron up there. So they've been focusing on inside tasks, which means more windows. Well, that one was done yesterday, but this one's new today. Not sure I should walk through there in my dirty thongs, but yeah, what the hell. If it's not wet, I'll be safe. Okay, so we've had more paint applied in here. Second coat, so that's looking pretty good. Still tiling in the kitchen. I must check to see whether they've done that floor waste yet. Nope, still just across. There's work to be done in the bathroom yet. And we have more tiles out on the front porch. Window frame for the north side of the bedroom. Not yet the south side. Yes, we have tiles, but that doesn't seem to have progressed since yesterday in the laundry. Tuesday evening. Wet again today. Another 45 millimetres of rain. Yeah, so the tiling on the front porch is continuing. They've actually put up a bit of shelter to keep the rain off what they're doing. And also looks like they've refined the lower portion of the render along the front there too, prior to painting or whatever they're going to do with it. Okay, we've got a bit more in the way of tiling in the back bathroom here now. I would have liked that to have been a step down, but that part of the memo was missed apparently. Okay, we've got the south window frame in the lounge room. Obviously not on the north side, just here we are. A bit more tiling done on the kitchen here. Good, a rounded corner. That's what I like to see. And we've got the tiles on the front for a certain extent of it. Still waiting for the drain hole to be reopened. Well, it's Wednesday afternoon and it hadn't rained since lunchtime and it looks like it's starting again. So we're not going white in this room after all. White ceiling, beige, tan, whatever. Same against the walls. Wonder what they'll do with this one. So I'll check on the status of our... nope, we don't have the hole in the floor yet. We don't have the window filled yet. No, I forgot that he's going to be building frames for these as well. So, kitchen window. North side of lounge room, so we're pretty much up to date with windows apart from beside the front door. Looks like they've finished the kitchen tiling on the benches, so now they're rendering the wall underneath there, so they're probably going to tile that as well. So they've moved their temporary shelter along a bit to cover the next stretch of tiling out the front. Wonder what this is about. You reckon that'd be the table frame for the big slabs of wood underneath? Could be. There's a lot less of the aluminium left over than I thought there might be. It's Thursday evening. It's rained again today. For those of an imperial bent, last year we had 212 inches of rain. 32 1/3 of those were in December last month. It's the 15th of January and we've had 30.5 inches already this month. Oh, we have some glass in the south windows for the bedroom. Someone's been practicing their artwork. I'm sure we'll see more progress on that tomorrow. And we've got some tiling going on in the back bathroom. Good, there's a support wall going in there. Yeah, so those tiles underneath have gone on since yesterday. I'm sure you'll have a better recollection of that than me, given that you saw that recently. But that wall there will help provide a bit more support. A bit concerned about these things being free floating with no intermediate support. Still waiting for that hole in the floor, hasn't happened yet. We have glassy windows for the east bedroom. So by tomorrow night, might make it to that window, to that door. It's Friday morning, which means it's time to wrap up the week before I do an upload. Now, it's been a very, very, very wet week, and I haven't really shown you the knock-on effects that has, but one of the things is a lot of dull days mean that the solar input's been a bit less than necessary, so the gensets run quite a bit. So we're going to have to get some more drums of fuel for that. But the consequence of that is that I tend to monitor the power consumption and input fairly closely. So at the shed there normally, the power consumption is about 0.1 kilowatt. It goes up a bit when the pump is running for the water supply to the houses. So yesterday afternoon, after the sun had gone down and we're on sort of night regime, the power consumption of the shed was 0.3 kilowatts. So I thought, well, that's strange. And I came over here to investigate what was going on, see whether there'd been fans left on inside or something. And I heard the pump running and I thought, okay, well, that's a function of people using the water taps at the houses perhaps. But it kept going and I thought, well, I'll go inside and check for fans anyway. Oh, this is the other thing I did too, is I used the pressure washer to clean off some of the green slime to make it a bit safer to walk over here to an extent. I got to this point and the hose on the pressure washer blew out. So I've got another one of those on order, but that's going to take a while to get. So I came over and there was a puddle right there, on that end, right? I looked up, the water was flowing over the top of the tank, and that's why that valve there is now turned off. It leads into the tank because there's a float valve on that, which apparently is not working anymore properly. So the input to the tank there is turned off. That tank, it's not terribly critical. That's really only there for supply when the pump is turned off between 6 PM and 6 AM. And given that I'm not likely to be over here, it doesn't usually get much water used from it. It was more useful in the early days before we got the pump and tanks going at the far end. You can see the pressure hose on the pressure pump is looking pretty manky. Sort of looks like plastic claddings come off, but there is a point in here where it actually blew out through the coating, so no good. So what I've got to do sometime is figure out how to unscrew this, disconnect it somehow or other. So there's a plastic cowling there I can unscrew, and hopefully underneath there's just a screw-on fitting. But yeah, it's about 69 Australian dollars for a replacement 8-metre hose. Might get that in a rush. And there's something I noticed when I was doing the pressure washing. This easterly side of the front ramp here gets the green slime, but the westerly side doesn't. That completely baffles me. So I just did a bit of a clean off across the front strip there so I could get across to the unslimed side. But I'd like to know what's different about this concrete that it doesn't get slime on it. I won't bother going down to the house for a final review of that before doing an upload. It's more of the same. Tiling, windows, painting. Hopefully working on the canopy at the front.